Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Style Reviews. I'm TJ, and what we're taking a look at is MakeToys Pandinus. A couple of notes about this review. We're not going to go over transformations in this one. If it's requested, I'll do those videos separately, but right now, I really just want to go over the figure, all of its gimmicks, stuff like that, and of course, just let you guys see what's up with it. It's big, it's awesome, it's fun, and that's what I want to concentrate on. And if you like what you see in this review, of course, lower right hand corner right there, tfsource.com is where you need to order it. Links are going to be in the description. Let's go ahead and get started. We're starting off taking a look at the box. Pretty boring. They just ship it in a shipper, but what I want to show you guys is how big the box is, because if you're buying it to resell and stuff like that, the shipping might kill you. It's about 28 inches wide by 18 inches tall and 8 inches deep. So even if you're a person who decides, hey, I don't want it later, I'm going to sell this at a discounted price and this and that, you're probably looking at US to US, especially with what this guy weighs. Crap, it's probably going to be $50, $60 just to get it shipped priority or something like that. So be noted. And speaking of weight, this guy is about 7.4 pounds. And he is approximately head to toe around 14 inches tall or so, give or take. So yeah, a little bit shorter than Utopia, but weighs a lot more. And looking at Utopia here, he is 5.6 pounds, even though he's taller. And taking a look at his height, he is actually approximately 15 inches tall. So even though he's an inch shorter head to toe, and we're not counting the tail and stuff like that because he's easily taller with the tail up, but his mass is just where he kills it. Now looking at these guys side by side, you could see just how much wider he is than Utopia. And it's cool because when you play around with this thing, it still has those big strong clicks and stuff like that. Utopia had some of the strongest ratchets I had ever seen, and Pandinus exceeds that, so it's really cool. And speaking of more comparison pictures, we have MakeToys' Grapple, their battle tanker, that's the one using the original RTS Optimus core body, so you know the size, Classics Voyager scale, as well as Trash Talk, and he's about a Scout size or so. So you've got a variety there. You've got the Masterpiece, you've got the Classics Voyager, you've got the Legend scale, so you can see how he scales. Well, Scout, Legend, they're about the same height, but you can see how he scales with, different figures and stuff like that. And if you don't see it listed here, he's 14 inches tall. Use a ruler. Now we're just taking a look at Pandinus himself, top to bottom there. Lots of fine details throughout him. And again, he's a big guy. So big that you notice I'm filming in my collection room rather than on a desk or something like that. There's just no room. But it's kind of cool to have him surrounded by other toys. You guys can see some of the other stuff I collect, etc., etc. Right? And like I said, just getting a roundabout view there. And this guy's just chunky. Alright, looking at what all he comes with, he does, of course, have his headmaster, as well as his gun, and, of course, Pandinus himself. Now, one thing about those armor pieces you see there, we've got some missile pods and stuff, they actually switch between the shoulders and the forearms, so those 4 pieces, they have 4 different places that they can go. Again, shoulders or forearms. I like the configuration that I'm kind of using right here. I'm not the biggest fan of the bigger shield pieces and stuff like that in general, so when I'm displaying mine, I'll probably just keep them off, but, Alright, now taking a look at the headmaster himself. It's about 2 inches tall. Little guy, but good amount of detail to him and stuff like that. He does have head swivel, ball jointed shoulder, bicep swivel. He even has waist swivel. So, definitely posable for a little guy. Just moving around some, show off some of that posability there. And I do like that ponytail piece for him isn't obtrusive or anything like that. That's pretty cool. Just get him transformed into head mode there. Most important part in this transformation is keeping that head facing the right direction. It actually tilts his head the wrong way and won't let his mask go over if his head is facing forward instead of backwards. So make sure his face is facing away from his face. That's huge. Just a quick look at how that looks. Getting that head installed is as easy as popping it in. Now there are no gimmicks like stats in the chest or anything like that. The head just pops in, becomes a face, that's it. Pretty straightforward, so nothing additional to it. Now we actually get to play around with Pandinus some. Go over his posability and stuff like that. Good range of movement in the head. I love that he looks up and down and things like that. Now that ponytail, it is posable. Alright. Now the tail, multiple points of articulation and things like that. And if you want to, you can actually bring that guy all the way down just to give him a different look. It's pretty cool. I was surprised at how much I like him with the tail down. Now one thing that's cool is that once you have that tail down, you can take those two gray pieces, those shield pieces on his forearm, stack those together and actually store them on his back. So even though that makes him longer front to back, it does give you some other options for sure. And I love that they went with that faux Decepticon logo for the stinger. That just looks damn good. Damned good. And there you have it. Good roundabout view. And we're going over more. You see he has that ab crunch there. And even though it's from the transformation, the fact that his torso elongates to give you more room is really nice. We're going over the shoulder swing. Great amount. So he has a double shoulder swing. The shoulders themselves go in and out, as well as the shoulders under the shoulders. They go even further. Going over the bicep swivel. I wish you guys could hear how loud these things click. It actually ratchets so hard that the toy kind of recoils in your hand. It's crazy. Right. The wrists also ratchet joints. And these are good smaller ratchets. They're tight. You definitely don't get that feeling of this is gonna get soft or whatever if I play with it too many times. Nah, this is solid stuff. Alright. Now his claws have the two more finger styled ones. They actually have 2 points of articulation. Have like a knuckle there. While the thumb is just moves on that swing. Right? And I do like that they have the blasters inside of the claws. It's neat. And we'll go on the lower half of the body here. And I love just the general hunched look that you can give him. Very ogreish. He's a big bruiser. This thing is definitely a monster. And we're looking at those, like those crotch plates there. They do swing in and out to give him more posability there. It doesn't have full swing of the thigh forward to back, but good amount. Now he does have double jointed knees, which is awesome. Of course, he has good ratchet and thigh swivel too. Right. And now when you're posting them and stuff, those knee armor plates, they do move. Well, I'm getting it all kinds of in your way there. Good amount of thigh split. And the ankle tail is just insane. Especially when you see how strong it is. It's nuts. It's just out of control. Splay his legs out a bit so you can see that ankle tilt there. Now, believe it or not, those things on the side of his legs, calves, whatever, those are working pistons. So when you're moving the ankles and stuff like that, those are actually going in and out, up and down. It's really cool. You can see it there. Now, believe it or not, we're getting this big old thing into an Iron Man pose. And it's crazy that you can do an actual Iron Man pose instead of well, I guess I'll do it from this angle, I'll substitute this for that. No, it's pretty legit. See what I'm saying? That's freaking nuts. Alright. Taking a look at the gun now. Does have that rotating barrel, which is really cool. Now his right hand or left hand, they do mirror each other, so you can use the hands, forearms, or whatever for either side you want. And you'll see that you can take them off in a little bit. But one of the hands has an area for you to slide the gun in. On the top finger there. It's pretty straightforward, I mean. That's what it is. Let's get focused here. Actually see what the gun looks like. It's nice. It's orange and gray. It's reminiscent of the G1 toy. It's pretty cool. Definitely a good homage to Scorponok in general. Like, aesthetically, this thing's just beast. There you have it for the side, so you can see just how big the gun is, how it scales to them, things like that. So, pretty cool. Nice add-on. Now, there is another option for the gun there. Well, two, technically. To remove some pieces from the gun. And actually shorten it up. Right. It's just a hole that it slides into, and there are little slits in the side to where it slides down to lock into place. You can see me do it there. And see, that's neat. I dig it. I actually like that look more than in his hands, most definitely. On to the next. Alright. Now, I don't know what the significance is of it, but it's awesome. The claws actually come off, and he has more human-styled arms underneath. It's really neat. So you saw I just basically took it off, fold out the hands, reverse it, and boom. It is really neat. Posable fingers and everything. It's not just here's a generic balled up fist on his baby arms. These are actually cool engineered actual arms. Now, you have these two big claws that you can now use as blasters on his shoulders. And this is what they call the battle mode per MakeToys. And taking a look at the battle mode, give you some different views of this here. Yeah, it's pretty neat. There you go, that's battle mode. Now this is a Scorpion mode. Not necessarily in terms of looks, but in terms of gimmicks, it's pretty plain Jane. There are none. Besides the posable tail, the G1 toy actually had something in it because I actually had that one as a kid, to where you roll it on the ground and the scorpion legs move. This one doesn't. It has wheels underneath it, but on mine at least, they're pretty tight. The wheels don't really roll or anything like that, so, you know, don't be too rough when running it across your ceiling or whatever you're doing. You might tear something up. The wheels are not super smooth. But like the G1 toy, what it does have is the canopy in which the headmaster can ride, which is neat. So I don't know what MakeToys' plans are and things like that, but if they do eventually do like a Fort Max, I hope that these gimmicks are interchangeable. It'd be cool to see head swaps and those kinds of things. That would be awesome. And even the ability to ride the canopy and stuff like that. Just switch them around. You know, I do miss that about toys in general from the G1 days. Just the cross compatibility and stuff like that of it all. That was cool. Now, we already looked at the claws and stuff like that in robot mode. You know, looking at the same elbow joints and things like that. The arms do extend out for this. Give it a little bit of length, but overall, same difference. I do like the look of it, though. It's pretty legit. Alright, and there you have it. That is the Scorpion mode. And lastly, we get to take a look at the temple, city, whatever you want to call it. This is actually my favorite all mode. I didn't really know about it in pictures and stuff like that looking at it, but once I got it in hand, I was like, this is pretty cool. Especially when you look at the big opening and stuff like that. Head to toe, this is like, I believe it was 24 inches. It's crazy long. Got storage for the gun up there. It's pretty neat. Alright, show you the front, show you the back. I'm not really sure how many of you will be displaying your Pandinus in city mode with the backside facing you, but there you go. Right. Just to take a look at the temple with the headmaster there. And speaking of this, I took a pretty good picture of it for the written review. It's just kumastyledesigns.com/Pandinus. Definitely check out this pictorial. It's got like 20 high-res pictures. I think they came out pretty darn good. Some of my better work. But let me know what you think of that stuff too. I love doing the write-ups even more so than the video stuff. Most definitely. But again, here's Pandinus. And that's the temple mode. Really cool, really big, really imposing. And here it was. This was Pandinus from MakeToys. Big old toy, big opportunity to review it. Of course, buy yours at tfsource.com. Check out the written and pictorial review on kumastyle.com. And let me know what you think of all this. Are you going to buy it? Are you going to pass on it? Why are you going to pass on it? Why are you going to buy it? Like I said, let me know. I look forward to your thoughts as well. But anyway, this has been another Kumastyle review, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Now it's time to chill. Subscribe, it's free. You're already here. Instagram, Kuma_photos, post some pictures and stuff like that there. And of course, like our page on Facebook. That's where I go over everything I'm doing, what I'm gonna do, etc., etc. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.